Now let's take a look at how to crop a volume in 3D Slicer. Oftentimes you will need to do this simply because most CT scans will contain multiple specimens. And in fact, this volume that we're currently looking at was cropped from a larger scan. In this case, I'll just crop to a tooth. First, I'm going to check Enable on the volume rendering module. And then I'm going to click the eyeball next to display ROI. Again, ROI stands for region of interest. I will adjust to the region of interest with these little handles. And I can also make these adjustments in the slice view. Once I am satisfied with the area I want to crop to, I can go to the crop volume module. This is easiest to find under all modules, which are listed in alphabetical order. Crop volume is here. I will want to make sure all of my settings are correct before proceeding. First, check that you have the input volume selected that you want to crop. Next, your ROI that you're cropping to. I only have one in the scene right now with the default name annotation ROI. Finally, you'll want to select what the name of your output volume will be. You never want to overwrite the existing volume because that will overwrite the volume file itself. I always create a new volume as. I'll call this one rodent tooth. Now, you can adjust these interpolation parameters, but I've never adjusted them and I haven't had any issues. Finally, you'll click Apply to proceed with the cropping. The time this takes will depend on the size of the scan. Mine is finished. It might not look like anything has changed, but if I go to the Data tab, which again shows me all of the different things in my scene, you'll see I now have this rodent tooth volume. You'll notice though that the eyeball next to the original volume is what's open, and the eyeball next to the rodent tooth is closed. If I just click on this eyeball, now you will see this new rodent tooth volume displayed in my slice view. I can click the center button to recenter on it. You might notice that it's still the original volume that's being rendered, and that's because you have to manually go back to the volume rendering module and then turn off the volume rendering for the original volume and turn on the volume rendering for your new volume. You can save this new cropped volume by clicking the Save button, making sure it is checked, and I usually don't save all the other stuff, but you can if you would like. And then selecting the directory you want to save it in and clicking Save. Saving is another one of those things that can take Slicer quite a while.